Welcome everyone. OP Digital Blueprint. You go, oh, deja vu, as Red said earlier. It's me and him again. Collins must be busy because he's not here right now. So we're going to do a quick one, but we wanted to cover the fact that some of you may or may not know that Ash joined us on Heroes on Sunday, which was excellent and really good to see. Our CEO was in great spirits and said hello to everybody, made a point. And in particular, what I liked was that he was speaking to a lot of the guys that are, we won't call them new because that's not the right word, more of the guys that are coming forward and starting to show their faces as well. They may have been in the background before, but now they're coming forward, starting to talk, like Ivy Mix and Jerry from I think he was Cameroon. So there are lots of people that are starting to move forward, starting to come up with and chat more, and this was really good. So, Red, I'm sure you're going to kind of fill in a few of the blanks that Ash has spoken about or mentioned on Sunday.
I don't mind talking about what he said. Obviously, it's not a recap. It's not my interpretation, and I don't want to start going down those kinds of routes as far as Ash is concerned, specifically because he is made a very strong point to reiterate many occasions, only listen to him. So before we get into what he said, why is he telling us to only listen to him? And it all stems from misinformation, I think is the kindest words that I can use as far as it is concerned. We know that he has been had attacks, I think is probably the right word, from multiple areas, internal, external, and within memberships, from various people, organizations, etc. And he wants to reiterate that there is so much that is happening behind the scenes at the moment that the only person you should listen to is him. Now, the internet is a wonderful space, and I'm sure there's many people out there that have done delves and digs and come across all sorts of information on the internet. I'm going to reiterate once again, Google is not a truth search engine. Okay, it is not necessarily there to tell the truth. And this is why he is saying, listen to me. I am the one that is going to give you the information that you need to know. Everything else that you might hear and see is just that. It's hearsay. There is always, guys, and I'm going to say it again, there is always two sides to every single story. And you should not be a person that believes something you hear, see on the internet because it's there. Okay, let's be a little bit savvy about this. Let's be a bit more diplomatic about calling people out and all the rest of it. Okay, before you know the true story. Our CEO has said multiple times that when he is able to, he will tell us exactly what has been going on. Now, he's made a lot of hints about what has been going on, reading between those lines. One I'm not going to interpret, but he certainly has. And it doesn't sound very good, in all honesty, does it? But it's up to him to let us know and talk freely about it when he's able. Now, I'm sure there's people going to be saying, why can't he tell us? Again, we don't know. There might be legalities, there might be defamation, there might be all sorts of things going on behind the scenes as far as business is concerned, individuals is concerned, that he just can't say what exactly has gone on and name names, because you can't just do that nowadays. You can't just go out and slander somebody without having truthful information to back your accusations up. This is why he is saying that as soon as he's able to, he will do. Now, where do we come into all of this? I think, again, on Sunday, he made that pretty clear, didn't he, of one of the reasons why he's actually doing what he's doing, why he is going through the quagmire, why he gets up every morning just to be beaten up and knocked down so that he can get back up the next day to get beaten up and knocked down again. Why is he continually fighting the ONPASSIVE corner? And that is us, quite frankly. He wants to make a difference for all of us. Obviously, the business as well. But more than ever now, it's because of us. He understands the dedication that we have to the company. He understands why we are bonded to him in a personal way and the business, and he doesn't want to let us down. He made the acknowledgement about it on Heroes by saying we're not just family, we're not just a membership. He said we are an institution. We are something way more than the average business. And I concur 100% in what he's saying is we are. Me and Andy were talking about this on In the Chair earlier on. He said the friends that we have made because of ONPASSIVE, that we have met in person. And do you know what? We're nice people. Everybody I've met are nice people. And I think that is it's contagious within the business. We are nice people. The majority of people who are in ONPASSIVE, who are behind our CEO, who understand what are going on, who want to see this through to the end, we are nice, ordinary, everyday people of the world. And this is why we all get on. This is why we all click. This is why we have something in common, because we all come from that same mold. And this is why our CEO was saying, with the help of you guys, that's us, we will get through it. So I was very excited and extremely pleased to see him on Sunday. Normally at the moment, we've just been seeing him once a week on 360. But it really did show his commitment to the company and what the restructuring and a migration is going on at the moment, that he wanted to give us a little bit more of a boost to carry on. Back to you, Andy.
Thanks, Red. Yeah, as I said, it was great to see him on Sunday, and you're quite right. I think from our point of view, it certainly gave us a boost. And anyone who's missed it should really go back and have a quick look at that, because when you're in the position that he's in, and all of the things that are in fact going on in the background, as you said, Red, a lot of this it may well be extremely difficult to talk about based upon what's going on in the background. But it always made me laugh, because there are always two sides to the story, and the vast majority of people simply look at the one, and that's normally the negative one, not the positive one. And I find that bizarre. You know, as we said earlier, we've been on this journey for some while now, and quite frankly, this has been something that the guys that are going to be coming in when we do go full market, they're going to have missed all of this. They're going to have missed making the relationships with people. They're going to have missed, you know, becoming friends with people literally all around the globe. And I think that's a real shame. But the one thing that we can all safely say, said having Ash on Sunday was a big boost for a lot of people. and he's great to see on OP360 on a weekly basis. But to have him on our Heroes, I think that's the first time he's been on Heroes on a Sunday. Bearing in mind, guys, we do Heroes every Sunday. But having him come on and having him aim at the guys that are, as I said, I don't want to use new. I want to use the guys that are starting to come to the forefront. You know, people like Ivy. We had Ivy on here the other week, and we've had engineer Mike, and you know, several of the guys in Africa. Unfortunately, it's a shame about the communication side of things, but it's really good to see these guys coming forward and being able to express themselves. Well, I was going to say talk as much as you and I do, Red, but I think that's wrong. Yes, we like talking, but the enthusiasm that we've got and seeing it from so many other people and hearing it from them as well is phenomenal. And I really did enjoy Sunday, as I always do. We always have a good chat. We have in the past obviously asked a lot of questions, or had people asking a lot of questions, so we're there to help with that. We haven't done a Q&A for quite a while, but that will change. So please do come back for that. But what do you think is in? I know this is a difficult question, Red, but what do you think is in Ash's mind when he starts to talk to some of the others that have been in the background for so long and now starting to come forward? Obviously, my feeling is, or my understanding is, he's starting to get really excited by that. But what do you think?
For sure. I mean, any CEO of any company who sees, I mean, he has done a lot of chats, I suppose, in the past as Ash, you know, at length, to the tune of 4 to 6 hours. And part of what he's been saying is to encourage as many people as possible to come out of their shells, to have the confidence to be a face online rather than a voice in the shadows. And I firmly believe that the likes of us doing what we do on a regular basis, and so many, literally hundreds of other people who have stepped out of the shadows into the light to do webinars, I think it's literally encouraged so many other people to do. I mean, let's face it, I didn't expect myself to be doing anything like this in a million years. You know, I'm a chef by trade, you know, stuck in the gallows of a kitchen, not with my face plastered all over YouTube and Facebook on a daily basis. That wasn't my intention. It wasn't my thought process. But I saw, I suppose, opportunity with doing what I'm doing now. And guess what? I was rubbish at the beginning. You know, I mean, it doesn't come easy to listen to yourself on playbacks, to see yourself on screen. It puts a lot of people off. But with the encouragement of our CEO and many other voices within ONPASSIVE, I really do believe that has encouraged more and more people to just to give it a go. And guess what? When you give it a go, it's actually not as bad as you think. You might think, when you look at yourself and you listen to yourself, you suck big time. But then you read the comments of what people are saying about you, and you get encouraged by this. Our CEO is exactly the same. Don't think for one moment he does not look in on webinars and read the chats. He does it on a regular basis, whether he is showing his face or not. He knows what's going on. He is in the chat, reading what people are saying, whether it's on a recording within the comments area or whether it's on a live chat. I know he is in those areas. And this is why he is excited by the amount of new people that are giving it a go, coming out of the shadows into, I don't want to use the word limelight because that's not the right way, but certainly showing their faces live on YouTube or Facebook or whatever medium they are using at the time to talk about ONPASSIVE, the company. I fully understand why some people don't understand ONPASSIVE, don't get ONPASSIVE, and don't really know what it's all about. I understand all that. But for those that are engaged and within the business, they know a bigger story. They know a bigger picture of what is trying to be done here. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not for everybody. And I understand that. But for those that are willing to take the journey and be positive about what we are trying to do, I firmly believe that the rewards are going to be very, very good for these people who are there. That's my opinion. Now, I know there's plenty of people who don't agree with me. They will say a lot of things about what I've just said. That's absolutely fine. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. This is my opinion, and this is what I believe. So as much as you don't agree with me, I believe in this. So we should be adult enough not to agree on everything, but be allowed to do what we are doing. Anyway, back to you, Andy.
Yeah, thanks. It is important to be able to voice your opinion. I am an extremely opinionated person, and most people don't like what I have to say. But that's fine. I have no problem with that. This is great, Red, and as I said, this was always going to be a quickie today, guys. It was just really, unfortunately, as I said, Colin's can't is running very late, so and Red's got a few more minutes left, so we're going to cut it short, and we're just going to say thank you guys for joining us today. We are going to be doing this again next Tuesday, and I'm hoping that the lady that I'd like to invite is going to be able to join us next week. So she's always here in the chat. So we shall see, and I shall get in touch with her privately, but watch this space. So thanks again, Red, for joining me. That's twice today.
You're welcome.
Is Jane jealous?
Always good to be on with you, Andy. You know that.
Yes, mate. Likewise. What? Thank you. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.
Bye.
Bye.